and welcome to the last episode. Today I'm going to solve the last two problems that I have with this build. One is the string holder and the other one is the bridge. And as always, my name is Lars and this is the Building of Fenrir. 2 years later. I need to solve the last of my problem, and solve this involve this piece of aluminium here, this bar of aluminium. I need to create a string holder, because previously what hold the string at the head of the guitar, of the bass, was one of this. There is a single string holder. These are held by just one string actually, and they had like a pin. I think that this thing survived. You can see a little pin here, and that should maintain this in place without moving it, but it's so small and so fragile that it broke in basically everyone, aside from a couple, for what I can see. And the second problem is that the screw that hold this thing interfere with the thruster channel, and with interfere I mean that it goes right through the thruster channel. So I cannot rely on single string holder. I need to have one unit, and this is why I have this. I need to create one unit, and I need to create it because it doesn't matter how much I try, I couldn't find something that will fit my needs. I need something with a very specific distance between the string, and I need something that is also tilted to match the thumb frets. Otherwise it will be very bad to see like the string going boop. And so I create this thing on Illustrator, which is a template to create the string holder, which is essentially a very basic thing. If you start to think about it, at the end of the day, this is just a piece of metal with a hole for the screw to go into, and a perpendicular hole for the grab screw to hold the string. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing complicated. The only problem is that I don't have the tool and the ability to drill through metal, steel more than metal, and I don't have the tool for drill straight long channel. So what I thought is to use two templates, and I want to create two parts that will match, and basically I will just attach the two together. What will actually hold the two parts together and into the base will be 4 screws. So should be plenty of strength there to hold everything in place. That is at least my idea, and I need to try it. And this is what I will do now. I will start by punching the holder I need for the screw and the grub screw as precise as I can, and then I will use the screw, the drill, to drill everything. I have multiple templates for this actually, so if I mess up I can retry multiple times with different method. I hope that I can just use this, I can drill this by hand. Otherwise I will have to use the attachment for the drill for drilling straight, and that will mean just find a way to actually put everything in place. the front looks much better. And even the back is not that bad actually. Okay, now that I have this, I'm gonna try to groove the channel, and I hope that this will turn out well. I lost one part. This little fucker took me 3 hours of work at the end. This was so freaking hard. It came out good, but it was freaking hard to drill the hole through aluminum because it continues to overheat, bond to itself. So the material that I was taking away actually bond with the rest of the aluminum, kind of like forming this block that you couldn't drill through. So this took me 3 hours, so I've continued to drill a few, take this part, take the two parts away, use the file to remove the material that I didn't need, and then rise, shine and repeat for a lot of time. Now this is now functioning. What I need to do now is to remove the material to make this a little less chunkier, because this is quite chunky. Now I will put this here and I will start to take away the material that I don't need with the file. This was a super long week. The last footage that I recorded was on Monday, and now it's Sunday, and I didn't travel back in time. And I have two of the same piece. This one is the final, and this was the first attempt. And the reason why I have two is because I made a very stupid mistake when making this, and the first hole that I drilled for the grub screw weren't in fact big enough, so I tried to make it a little bit wider with a slightly bigger drill bits, but turned out that now they were too big for the little one and too small for the bigger size grub screw. I ended up buying a very cheap for now kit for tap the hole and make it the right size. This is why I have this done, But I need to do one last thing, and it's to cut one screw. I need to cut one of the screw for making it in the back, because as you can see here I missed one of the screw, because when I put this, I should have put this when I first did it like half centimeter in this direction, because this screw interfere with the truss rod. So I need to make a screw that is slightly shorter. And so let's start. I need to drill the hole here, cut this, and for the net I need to make it shorter, so the slot will be at the right height, and I need to make this a lot, and I need to take away material from here because there is way too much material for what I need. In fact, right now this doesn't look very good, it's too tall. I can take away a lot of material from the top. So I will do this. So I hope that tomorrow I can set up this properly, and with a very slow morning and a coffee. And I'm back here working again on Fenrir for the very last piece of mud. Now I had this about a month and it's working, but we will have to talk about what I did and the result later. What I want to do now is doing my last piece of modification on the bridge. The last thing that really bugs my mind. The problem with this type of bridge is the height adjustment. With Fenrir, I have the B-string which is at the right position. It's at the right height. I just raise the saddle for about a millimeter. But the center one are about more than 3 millimeter. I have to adjust them for more than 3 millimeter because of the curvature of the neck, which in a normal bridge, like guitar or bass bridge, that is easy. But on this, it's a problem, because if I have to raise this thing for more than a couple of millimeter, I cannot use the actual screw. For adjust this, I need to lose this. There is a screw at the front. I need to lose that, raise that with my hand, then hoping that that is the right height, and then tighten back this the screw, which is fiddly, and I don't like it, because if it's not comfortable to do it, it's not precise to do it, it doesn't work. My plan is to raise the bridge, and before I had this, which was a plate that was right here, but that is a little too much, so I came out with this, which is simply a replica, and this is 1 millimeter height. So if I put this right, my B string should be at the right height, but the centered one, not. This is why I came out with this idea of creating different plates, smaller one, and at the very end I should raise the bridge in this sort of steps. Now when I put this on, I should have the string at the lower setting already, which is the setting that I like. But if I need any little adjustment, I can use now the screw that are on the saddle without having to fiddle and doing that by hand. So that is the plan, and I will start by dismount this. This is right, so I will start by putting this on in the first two. Now let me put this on. Now there is no way to say that this will work or not until I actually try this by myself. And now I can move to set up this thing without just hope and dreams. So I will go upstairs now and I will set up this thing like I should be, and then I will be the pride owner of a perfectly adjustable and good looking base. And this series has come to an end. Fenrir is once again whole and is better than ever. Now this build, I know that for a lot of you wasn't that interesting. In fact, I had just a dip on views, but it was very needed for me for mainly two reasons. One is because I want to use this base a lot more, and in fact I have this base now fully redone for a couple of months and a month from the last mod on the bridge, probably a little bit more, and I love it. I love it more than ever. It's once again love. And the second reason is because, well, this was actually a good learning experience. I learned a lot by doing this, especially a couple of works like the neck pocket, the working on the neck pocket to make a snag, and the refretting. Because, well, the neck pocket is great. The repairment is still visible because you can see right here and right here, and it will be probably visible for a couple of years because this part has 2 years against the air and the sun, and so it became a little bit darker, and this part needs still a long to go, but overall is a good repairment, and if you are not looking for it, you will not notice that repairment. And same thing for the frets. The frets now are just perfect. This is actually my best work so far. Right now, this action is not actually as low as it can be. I raise it up a little because now, and this is great news, I can micro adjust this thing. So on every string there is the right amount of height and the right amount of tension, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. That last mod was a game changer when it comes to actually set up this thing. And on the things that are still not perfect, but that's okay. One is this thing, because I need to remake this another time. I made a mistake on this while putting the tapping the hole for the grab screw. I made a mistake and it came out a little bit too wide. I should have been a little more careful on that. So it's a little bit too wide. I need to redo it. For now, the repairment that I did, just hold this thing, but it will not be forever. I can feel it that after a couple of times changing the string, this thing will fall apart. Just the part of the grab screw, by the way. The entire thing is solid. It stayed in place. It didn't move. There is no problem on that. So I can reuse this way of two piece of. Let me take away the volume. 2 piece of aluminium to remake this, and I will redo it. I just need to be more careful while tapping the hole. And on that matter, I will probably make this 5mm wider. So I will use the full 2cm bar of aluminium that I have, just because I don't have to taking away material. And the grab screw hole will be a little bit further apart and a little bit further from the hole for the screw. So I should have more room to play and more room for little mistake, and everything should work better. But for now, this is all in great. It's actually working. And on the matter of the bridge, well, the bridge is still not perfect, but that is not my fault. Actually, I made a mistake at the beginning of when I built this that turns out to be a lucky thing. And the thing is that this thing is not possible to intonate, because this bridge is not made to be used on a bass. The string tension is a little bit too high for this, and so you can't really set the intonation, because the string will pull the saddle just as closer to the bridge as they can, as close to the nut as it can, and I cannot really do anything about. But the good news is that when I place the bridge here the first time, turns out that it wasn't in the middle position. It was as far as it can be, and so the saddle pull it all the way against the nut, actually make it for the right intonation for most of this. Actually, the F and the C is basically right. The F is a little bit, it's just a tiny bit flat. So whenever I will do this on ULF, I will just move from this point. I will make sure that the saddle is on this point, and then I can move like half a millimeter up. And for the B string is a tad sharp, just a very small amount. But that means that this thing is okay, and that means that if I just put some thicker string here for the F and the C, and there is another set of string that is this a little bit thicker, this should be with the right intonation, so this is okay. And on that matter, this is the reason why I will never do a bass like this for selling with this string spacing list, because these saddle are not good, and the only way that I can see myself remaking this and sell it is if A, I actually find the right bridge that fits the need of this bass, or B, I custom made either by someone or by myself. And yeah, on things that are not complete, by the way, I still haven't put here the riser here, because I want to put a piece of walnut there, but I need to find a piece of 5mm walnut. I don't have actually on hand a piece of walnut right now, so I will just wait, because the plywood is holding great and it's working great. I probably just need to wait like until I found a piece of walnut, either of the right thickness or very close to be the right thickness, and then I can just, whenever I change the string in 6 months, in a year, I don't know, I will just change the string, take away the neck, just take 5 minutes to probably use this thing as a template, and I will be done. So it's not a problem. That it's just a thing that I can do whenever I will find the piece. Right now it's not beautiful, but it's working, and I don't see why like making a problem about it. Also, I made just a last mod yesterday, if you want to know it, because I was noticed while I was playing it that I wasn't put my finger here on the ramp, on the edge of the ramp, to have the better support. I will actually put my finger over, and there is not advantage when you play. It's not a great thing to do when you play, and it's not super comfortable either. But I noticed that I was doing that because to be faster, to play in a little bit smaller fashion, be faster and be a little more in control. So yesterday I actually took this away and I got it. In fact, you can see that there is bare wood right here, because I still want to try if this is, I take away like a centimeter, and I still want to see if this is the right dimension. And so I will probably take away probably another 2mm maybe, but I want to play with this for a bit, and then after I'm sure that I need to be a little bit smaller, I will just take this away and put it, and just taking away the 2mm, we put this here, play for another week, and then if it's perfect, I will slap the finish on. If it's not, I will just take away another millimeter or so. And yeah, I love this base in general. I'm so happy that I did this job, because now I am enjoying this even more. And you know, it's just so beautiful to play just this little piece with the chord. I kind of want to explore again this topic on the bass, because it's really damn beautiful. And yeah, that is all. I love this bass once again. I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I take my time and did this job, because it was very well needed. And after I fix this, and probably whenever I work with this, I probably work on the of the groove for the nut, because it's not perfect. I was in a rush in the end, I admit it. After I done probably this thing, I can handle this thing to some people to try if they want, and with pride. That's the key point. I can do that with pride. With pride, not with proud. I can do that with pride. And until then, I will just enjoy it and play this again and again and again. Okay, but thank you everyone who watched the series. Like I said, I know that it was an interest for a lot of you, but like I said, I needed this to try my hand on refretting, repairment, and general stuff that are not just building from scratch. Yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks for the GGPO 2023, and that will be a lot of interest. And I actually have that over there. I cannot wait to work a little bit more on that and actually finish, because it already started to become a very interesting build. And yeah, I also have another build that I'm doing at the same time, and you will probably see it in a month and a half probably after I finish it. It's on the way to be finished, but yeah, even that I cannot wait to see it done. And I also have another build to do it at the same time, which will be an hell of a summer for me, and you will see everything when the times come. But for now, I will thank you everyone who watched the series, my coffee subscriber, and everyone who comments and engage. And that is the door for the trussor that I needed. Wait for me. Like I was saying, I will see you in 2 weeks for the GGBO, and until then, bye.